Hello, I'm here on the Cataraqui Trail today. It's a beautiful sunny day. I thought I would do some more walk and talk practice as I looked at stuff. This is one of my favorite trails, this one here, that I've been going to for the last 5 years, maybe, something like that. I don't often see a lot of stuff along here because it's kind of wooded. I mean, there's lots of stuff to look at. It's beautiful. Look at, I mean, it's all natural. But in terms of stuff that you can point out to people and keep an entertaining commentary going, that can be harder. But we'll see what we see. It'll give me practice to chat to you guys and share stuff. I did bring my binoculars this time, but I don't often see a lot of birds along this trail, so I don't know that I'll have opportunity to look at anything. I got goldenrod here. Again, always my favorite, or one of my favorites of the fall flowers. Not a lot going on these things. I realized what I need to do for cameras for these walk and talk things is I need to bring a second camera, and then I can take videos of like the bugs or bees or whatever on the flowers that I'm looking at, that I'm trying to share with you guys, and I can splice it in so that I'm not trying to turn the camera around and not being able to see what I'm looking at. Good boy. Good boy, come on. He's having trouble keeping up with me today. We're on our way back to the car again. I'm doing the video on my return trip. Oh. Chickadees. Up in the treetops. These treetops right up here. I only hear like 3 of them though. They often move around with mixed flocks of birds, so there's often warblers and things hanging out with them. Oh, I see one. Pretty sure it's just a chickadee though. Ooh, some mosquitoes out here bothering me. And look what I brought today. Ta-da! Binoculars. So I can actually look at things. Yeah. Just chickadees. Just a few of them. Oh, that's not a chickadee though. But he is backlit by the sun. And aside from being able to hear that his call note is different, can't actually tell. Little warbler of, oh, there he is. Yeah, I can't tell. He's an orange crown, maybe. They come through at this time of year. I need a little more practice with my fall plumage warblers. Some of them are very obvious. I used to know them all. I used to be great with them back when I did regular migration banding. We were catching tons of birds every day, all in their fall plumages. Got to know things pretty well during that. But that was like 20 years ago? Gosh, has it been that long? Not that long. 15, 16? 16 years ago. Long enough. Long enough that I've forgotten most of the details of stuff that I was practiced on there. I had really good duck knowledge there too, and now that we've moved inland, there's little opportunity to practice ducks. There's still a few wildflowers around. There's this one here. This is Black-Eyed Susan, one of my favorites of the summer wildflowers. They get a lot of interesting bugs on them, or at least some of my favorite bugs that I will have to, oops, I'm covering up the camera with my finger. I'll have to share with you next summer. But they're cool. Most of what you see at this time of year is stuff like this. Queen Anne's lace. The old spent flowers of the summer stuff. The spent flowers, and then also stuff like this. These are asters. I can't remember the names of a lot of the more similar asters. I think that one's panicled aster. Might be wrong about that. I'll look it up when I get home. Oh. And then of course there's lots of goldenrod like this one. Goldenrod is another one that I'm not that great at telling them all apart. There's like 8 species around here, something like that. Some of them are distinctive, and then there's some that all kind of look the same. Could be Canada goldenrod, I don't know. Come on, good boy. Happy dog. He enjoys these walks. Would get out for longer walks if I could. Come on! Here's another spent flower. Anyone recognize this one? Quite tall. This is wild parsnip, which is the one that will, if you get the sap on you, it will burn your, or cause a chemical reaction so that the sun will more easily sunburn your skin. So they take a lot of precautions in places where people regularly go to remove the plant. They do a lot of spraying, which I'm not a huge fan of because it ruins or it destroys a lot of the other plants along the area, but I do appreciate public safety, I suppose. Although I think public education would go a long way. I just spotted this stuff here hanging down. I don't know how well you can see that here. This one is hog peanut, which is in the pea family, and it makes these adorable little pea pods, I guess. They look like snap peas, winter peas, sugar peas. What do people call them? I don't eat them. I like mine. I like shelling peas better. Anyway, they're cute. Normally I see hog peanut growing along the ground and you don't see the little pods unless it's growing up a vine or something. A lot of it around here. More chickadees. It's really about the only thing that I've been hearing today so far. Of course, they're fairly ubiquitous, aren't they? Common everywhere. Even in the dead of winter, there's nothing else in the forest, and there will be a little flock of chickadees. One of the reasons they're one of my favorite birds. They can always liven up even quiet, empty. Oh! I think that was maybe a flicker. Flew away. Not that I can get close enough to. Well, I can't show you anyway because I don't have the right camera. As it flew off, it's the largest bird. It's bigger than a robin, smaller than a crow. But it's brown with a white rump patch, which makes it pretty distinctive as it's flushing off the ground. They often forage on the ground or low in the trees. And it flushes off and flashes its white rump. So there's 3 species of birds. 3 species of birds so far this walk. I thought I just saw a crow as well, but he's disappeared. I'm not entirely sure that is in fact what I saw. So I could be mistaken. I need to figure out a camera solution too. My arm gets kind of tired holding it elevated like this. Selfie stick? Would that be a thing? What do other YouTubers do, I wonder? Oh, it's so pretty through here with the sun coming through the leaves. It's all dappling. Even if there isn't always a lot to look at the sides of the trail in the fall. Lots to admire. Hello. Here's another spent wildflower. I like these guys too. This one's not quite at the point of producing seeds, but they get these seed heads here. Once the seeds are ready to go, they become all fluffy and cottony. This is a tall thimbleweed, which is a type of anemone. Blue jay, while I was talking just there. So what's that? 4 bird species? I'm getting a list now. Come on. Leave it. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Here he comes. He is a good boy. He's only just over a year old. So, considering that he's still really young, he has excellent manners and is generally well behaved. Starting to get back toward the car here. I gotta go pick kids up again. I always seem to fit in my walks right before I have to get the kids. I'm already out and about with the car, and so I can go off to different trails. We don't have a lot of places around our house to walk that are really nice and natural like this. A lot of what's around our house is just more houses. Which, I mean, we live in the countryside, so it's not terrible. But this is prettier. Tend to see more. There's not a lot happening in lawns. Plus I feel weird looking in people's front yards and stuff. Even if I'm not staring directly at their house. I've seen a whole bunch of dragonflies along here too. But they're hard to share. Especially with this camera facing the wrong way. They're all meadowhawks. They're the little red guys. Not big. They're about the only species that you see at this time of year. Dragonflies, that is. And they can continue flying right until late in the fall, right into November. Sometimes they're even early December. You have some warm stretches. They're pretty cool. It's keeping up. Oh, that's not a dragonfly. This is a, can you see him there? I can't even tell if I'm pointing at the right thing. I think I am. Oh, he just took off anyway. Paper wasp, they become abundant at this time of year too. generally harmless, although they do freak people out a little bit, I think. But these are the queens, the new queens, this year's baby queens. Quite often at this time of year, leaving their nest and going off to find a place to spend the winter. And they will hole up for the whole winter and come out in the spring and start a new nest. And all the worker wasps that helped raise them end up dying over the winter. They don't last. So all those paper wasp nests that you see hanging off your garage or house eaves or whatever are generally empty by the time the cold weather, the frosts hit. Hi, are we ready to go? I think we're ready to go. We're back at the road now. Stay here, please. So I'm gonna wrap up there. I hope you enjoyed coming along, even if there wasn't a whole lot to look at today. It was pretty, and I ramble a lot. I hope that's entertaining. If nothing else, it gives me a lot of practice talking. So we'll see you next time, wherever I end up being and whatever we end up looking at. Have fun. We'll see you later.